Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. It is hot as hell in my room. My air conditioning right now is blowing extremely hard, and yet the room continues to be cooking. I just bought, oh my God, I just bought a new amplifier for my Wilson Audio XVX loudspeakers. Now, you haven't heard the XVXs in their full glory just yet because my Boulder 3050s are at the Boulder factory. They should be back hopefully in the next 30 to 45 days. So do not think that they're gone for good. They will be back. I'm utilizing this opportunity to essentially try different amplifiers because I have the space now that those amplifiers are not here, my 3050s not being here. So I took on these amplifiers recently, these monos, and my room is hot. Let's get started. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for being here with me today. Before I begin, please don't forget to check out my website, jayaudiolab.com. You now have access to free content. I have uploaded 3 videos. More videos will follow. All you have to do is create a free account. No need for a credit card. Literally, just create your login information, your email, your password, and you will have access to free content, okay? Please be sure to check out my page. And of course, if you want to become a member, you are going to find in excess of 80 videos right now. And I do weekly updates on my website, okay, with new content for you all. Anyhow, guys, as you know, my journey just got started with my Chronosonic Wilson Audio XVX loudspeakers. Amazing speaker. Yes, extremely expensive. Yes, not for everyone. But you know by now my channel is dedicated to the ultra high-end. Occasionally you will see other brands come in and out. I had the MoFi speakers in here. I've had Magnepan loudspeakers in the past. You guys know I bring affordable stuff on and off, okay? But my main journey is dedicated to this level of equipment. And so far, okay, the speakers are not fully set up right now, okay? I still need to put them on spikes. I still need to do adjustments on the time alignment. But guys, I can't really embark on that yet because I don't have amplifiers. All I'm using for the time being is my Boulder 866 and these amplifiers that you're gonna see right now. Past Labs 160.8 monos. Okay, they have been operating all night long. They just got here a day ago. So I figure leave them on all night long, let the electricity flow through them, let them settle, and then come in the morning and listen to them and see how they sound. Okay, so the room right now is pretty hot. Okay, one of the biggest criticisms from me, has been the fact that Past Labs amplifiers run extremely hot. This is no secret by now. If you have been a Past Labs owner or you're currently a Past Labs owner, you know what I'm talking about. I've been vocal about the fact that amplifiers that do put out excess heat to me are oftentimes not wanted, not desirable, okay? Most folks do not have the patience or the ventilation, depending on which part of the world they live in, okay? I happen to have a dedicated AC unit, as you can see, and this is blowing hard in my room, and it's still not anywhere near 72 Fahrenheit degrees inside my room. I would say it's probably 80 degrees. Okay, so that's because the two PassLabs monos have been running all night long. Now, I'm going to answer this before comments begin to explode. Why would Jay buy a set of PassLabs 160.8s after he said they are mid-fi products at best? Especially now with a $349,000 speaker. I'm going to answer that right now before you comment. Because number one, I can do that. I am blessed to be in a position to try whatever I feel like trying. Number two, these are my speakers. I feel like I can try a Best Buy receiver if I want to, a Denon receiver if I feel like it, an Onkyo receiver if I feel like it. That's what my journey is about, is you guys follow me and I do what I want to do with my gear. Because at the end of the day, yes, it's my money, it's my journey, and you guys just need to sit tight and let things unfold, okay? So that's the reason why the 160.8s are here. Now, I do have the matching XP32. I bought it thinking, let's just do the whole thing to maintain synergy, okay? I have not unpacked it. It's still in the box. Right now, I am utilizing my Boulder 3010 into the PassLabs 160.8. And to be fair, when I cranked things up last night, my preamp was cold because it had been off for like 2 weeks more or less, and the amps just arrived, so they were traveling, okay? So I turned everything on, let things play for about 2 hours, and to be sincere with y'all, I'll tell you the truth, I did not like what I heard. Not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I did not like my crazy expensive Boulder 3010 preamp with the PassLabs 160.8. If you're wondering why is it, one reason is too much brightness. I know, I don't even know, like, how could it possibly be bright? PassLabs amps are never bright. Could be two things. One, the synergy of my 3010 preamplifier and the 160.8 ain't that good. Or the fact that I went back to utilizing two power cords that I haven't used in a long time, those being my transparent Opus Generation 6 power cords, into the back of the PassLabs and straight into the wall. Maybe I'm hearing those power cords that I haven't played with in a long time and I'm not liking the sound too bright. There is actually too much edginess, believe it or not. So what I did was I removed the preamplifier from the mix and I went back straight into the amp. And believe it or not, that got things sounding much better, more to my liking. Okay, more detail, but it's no 30-50 monos. If you're wondering, it's no 30-50 monos, and it shouldn't be. These amps, I believe, currently MSRP for $29,000. The Boulder 3050s are, as of April 1st, they will be $298,000. Yes, you heard me right. Okay, so if I think about what PassLabs, specifically the 160.8s, are bringing to the table, okay, today, this morning, believe it or not, things have sounded far better than last night. There's a lot more detail. I'm starting to hear the amplifiers come to life. But the PassLabs amps have been on all night long. Over 10 hours, no, actually, about 10, 12 hours straight on. Class A, putting out heat into the room. So my room is toasty, okay? Perhaps not too comfortable. Excuse me. Because I'm sweating. I'm sweating as I talk to you all. So the point I'm trying to make is, from a sound perspective, okay, I'm liking what I'm hearing with my MSB Select DAC into the PassLabs amplifiers. I'm liking. It's nowhere near the 3050, 3010. Wondering why is that? Number one, the 160.8s are easily exposed with a speaker like this Wilson Audio Chronosonic XVX. Exposed how? Okay, let me get started. The bass is nowhere near at the level of my 3050s. You hear the bass, but the speaker now sounds loose. When low registers hit, you hear the bass. But because I have a high reference point, due to my 3050s, which I've heard briefly with this speaker, I know now what the speaker sounds like with great amplification. The bass is quick, tight like concrete, hard like concrete. The bass comes out and it retracts itself and it vanishes from the room. So it's a very, very incredible low register reproduction. The speed of the low registers is just next level. With the pass labs, it feels as if the bass hits and it stays in the room, like traveling in the room for longer. Okay, as if maybe the amps can't really clamp on those woofers and make them stop, if that makes sense. So those are things that I am quickly identifying about the pass labs amplifiers. Another thing I want to say is the fact that, to be honest with you, this loudspeaker, in my opinion, is like basically an 8K display. So I went from a 4K display to an 8K display, meaning it needs more attention to detail with regards to your sources, with regards to whatever information you're feeding it. Think of it like this. This speaker actually makes the 160.8s sound as if they were a 1080p signal. Does that make sense? It's not even a 4K signal. It's like a 1080p signal. One of the advantages of that is the fact that you play bad recordings, and believe it or not, the amplifiers are very forgiving. They allow you to hear less of the blemishes found within old music. We all have music that we love. All of us have that. No doubt. I do too, okay? Yes, I gotta tell them. Another thing, gotta say it, dynamics are non-existent. 160.8 amplifiers are not about dynamics, are not about a brutal assault on your senses. They're not about speed. They're not about immediacy. They're not about making you feel startled every time a song stops and gets going. The contrasts from loud passages to low passages are minimized. You don't have these contrasts, these dynamic swings. They really do not exist with the 160.8, and I think that's by default. Okay, in my opinion, that is just essentially what Nelson Pass was shooting for, is to create an amplifier that sounds like tubes, engaging, sweet sounding, romantic, and it's not really the king of resolution. It's not really the king of nuance, definition, or bass. It's about just essentially dancing with you and you enjoying the dance rather than thinking about the music that's playing on the speaker system in the hall that you're in. I feel Passlab's approach to sound is just very different than Boulder's, than Griffin's, than some of the best amplifiers you've seen in my channel, okay? It is what it is. Yes, I understand maybe the amps are under power for the XVXs, but I'm gonna tell you something you may not know before you think about that, okay? I'm gonna tell you something and I'm gonna come back to you right now with something that will leave you thinking. My Boulder 866 with only 200 watts per channel, Class AB, plugged into my Strum Tank 5000 that's here, okay, with my cable line, Authentic Audio Image, okay, which is what I run here. I'm gonna tell you, it is just far more immediate, far more dynamic. Every song just shrinks or swells up depending on the sound stage that's embedded in the recording. There's a lot more transparency with my 866, and I feel like I'm struggling to feel those sonic effects as I skip song after song after song. I feel that with the 160.8, those contrasts are not very well highlighted. They're not very well laid out for you. So again, $16,000 integrated with a built-in DAC is doing marvelous things for me. And the 160.8s right now simply just don't have the dynamics, as I said, the speed, the bass control that the 866 has. They don't. My XVXs are telling me that. So I know it has nothing to do with the fact that maybe the 160.8s are under power and I need the big monsters. That's not the case. I'm using a baby integrated, and I'm hearing the dynamics on the integrated. I'm hearing the speed. I'm hearing the resolution, the clarity. Speaking of clarity, the 866 is indeed a lot more clearer, or clearer sounding, I should say. I do feel a hint of darkness or a slight veil on the sound of my 160.8s. Okay, so I am comparing with this magnificent loudspeaker different types of amplification. Okay, as my journey continues, I will begin to elevate things. Maybe I'll pull out my XP32 preamplifier that's here, and that will allow for maximum synergy to exist with my 160.8s. I don't know, I might do that. My gut tells me it won't matter. It's not really gonna change. It's still gonna be the same, just more of the same thing that my 160.8s are doing. But I will try the full system. And of course, I will continue to bring more amplifiers. A starting point, again, 160.8s, potentially with the XP32. You guys will get to hear this combo pretty soon through my XVXs, which I need to remind you, they are not fully calibrated. They're not fully time aligned, okay? They are not even on spikes. I'm still talking to Wilson Audio about perhaps helping me out to really dial in my XVXs. So the video that will follow tomorrow or Saturday or Sunday of my XVXs will be with an XVX that's still sitting on casters and with 160.8 Passlabs monos. This will be our starting point. And I want you guys to keep track of what I'm doing each step of the way as I move up and ramp up my amplifier selection, because believe me, there is a lot more amplifiers coming. I promise you, there is going to be a lot more surprises, and this speaker will tell you everything you need to know. What do you guys think? Should I revisit a different amplifier brand? Do you think I'm doing justice to the 160.8s? Do you have a recommendation for me, perhaps? Macintosh, maybe? Tell me, leave me your comments below. Comment, I want to read your feedback as far as what amplifiers you feel would be interesting to hear through these Wilson Audio Chronosonic XVX. Stay tuned for more. Thank you for your support. Peace.